The Korean War was a conflict between North Korea, supported by China and the Soviet Union, and South Korea, supported by the United Nations, primarily the US. It was one of the earliest and most significant conflicts of the Cold War era. Background: after World War II, Korea, which had been under Japanese rule, was liberated in 1945. The peninsula was divided along the 38th parallel. North Korea, Soviet-backed communist regime under Kim Il-sung. South Korea, US-backed government led by Syngman Rhee. This division was supposed to be temporary, but Cold War tensions solidified it into two separate countries. How the war started. On June 25, 1950, North Korea invaded South Korea with the aim of reunifying the country by force. Within days, North Korean forces captured most of the South, including Seoul. U.S. involvement. Why the U.S. got involved. Containment policy. The U.S. wanted to stop the spread of communism, part of its broader Cold War strategy. Domino theory. Belief that if one country fell to communism, others in the region would follow. How do UN support the United Nations, with U.S. leadership voted to intervene militarily? Major actions by the U.S. General Douglas MacArthur was appointed commander of UN forces. U.S. troops made a daring amphibious landing at Incheon, September 1950, turning the tide of the war. UN forces pushed into North Korea, nearly reaching the Chinese border. China entered the war in late 1950, pushing UN forces back into South Korea. The front stabilized near the 38th parallel by mid-1951, leading to a stalemate. End of the war. An armistice was signed on July 27, 1953, but no peace treaty was ever signed. The Korean Demilitarized Zone, DMZ, still separates the two Koreas today. Impact of the war for the U.S. marked the beginning of significant military buildup during the Cold War. Over 36,000 American soldiers died. For Korea, both North and South Korea suffered massive destruction and casualties. The war entrenched the division of the peninsula, leading to the situation we still see today. Key takeaways. The Korean War was the first military conflict of the Cold War. It was a proxy war, the US and its allies versus the Soviet Communist bloc. It ended in a stalemate, not a victory, but succeeded in containing communism in the South. Subscribe to Mighty Eagle for more, and check out our store for inspiring apparel. Link in the bio.